When one of our daughters was about 18 months, 2 years old, she had a doctor appointment where she had to have blood drawn. She was not happy about this, and she made her opinion known quite loudly. You could hear it throughout the clinic, actually. The nurse that was helping her didn't get flustered by this, though. Instead, she just smiled and she looked at me and she said, "You are never going to have to worry about this girl. She is always going to make her voice heard." And this, to this day, I am thankful for. Because instead of making me feel flustered or embarrassed by my daughter's response, she actually put such a positive spin on it that I valued my daughter's fierceness. It helped comfort me to know that God had wired her in such a way that she was going to be able to take care of herself. And this is good because I have 7 daughters and they're all fierce. I, for a while, thought that I would get one maybe that was, one of those meek, quiet girls that you hear about in stories. I don't know, maybe you have one. None of ours have turned out that way. And this is probably because of who their parents are, I'm guessing, when you add the two of us together. I don't know why, but you don't get meekness. But you do get awesome kids. The thing about this fierce quality of theirs, though, is that it can be challenging sometimes, especially when they're young and they haven't learned quite how to direct their passion or how to control their emotion. But there is a tool that has been so life-changing for us. It's a simple communication tool, and it has saved my sanity and the sanity of those in my household countless times. And it's this: reflective listening. In times of heightened emotion, reflective listening is like a magical tool in your belt. So this is the scenario. Imagine it with me. You have a daughter who is really upset. Maybe she just found out that her favorite toy is broken, or she stubbed her toe, or I don't know what the scenario is. She got in a fight with her sibling. Something happened and it was unjust and it was unfair and her feelings are hurt and she is crying about it and she's complaining about it loudly. Now, in those moments, it can be hard to know what to do or how to handle them. But try this the next time you find yourself in a situation. Listen to what they're saying. So you just simply approach them and say, "What happened?" They'll be crying or whatever the case will be. They'll tell you what happened and you just repeat back exactly what they say. "She took my toy." "She took your toy?" It's amazing how in that moment, when you repeat back what they say, it's like a healing balm on their soul. And suddenly the intense emotion begins to evaporate. Because you see, in that moment, they don't actually need us to solve their problem. They just need to feel heard. And once they feel heard and connected, like your heart connects with them, you listen to them, you hear them, it's amazing how that healing balm allows them to calm down. And then they can figure out on their own usually what needs to happen next. I want to encourage you, it's not just a good parenting tool, but this is a good relationship tool in general. Reflective listening. When you're in a moment, especially a tense moment, a moment of passion, emotion, instead of trying to figure out what you should do, just genuinely listen to what the person is saying and repeat it back to them. You'll find that this will bring connection, it will bring value to your relationship, and it will restore peace to your home, to your hearts, to your relationships, because people feel seen and heard. Reflective listening, super simple, but it is a magical tool that you should have on hand.